Hi, welcome to today's Voice of Greatness broadcast. My name is Joel Bryant and I'm your host. And I just want to take a few moments on today's broadcast and talk about something that I call the equation of greatness. Life is filled with equations, components, elements, those means and mechanisms whereby we figure and factor how to make our lives more full and flourishing. And in so doing, we develop a kind of equations. And greatness also has an equation. And there are many variables in the equation. I'm not going to cover all in this short, brief span of time that I have today. But there are two variables in the equation of greatness that are crucial and fundamental. And they're related to the previous broadcast where I talked about the axis of greatness. What do I mean by the equation of greatness? And what are those variables that comprise that equation? Well, there are two simple components, two simple elements, two variables that you must master and be sure that you include in your equation if you're going to have the proper and the correct answer that will cause you to experience, not just imaginatively and not just, someday, one day, real soon on the screen of your mind, but actually in the platform and in the practices of your life. You must have passion and persistence. I talked the other day about turning your passion into excellence, and that assumed that you had passion. And one thing I found that a lot of people don't have passion as they claim to. And how do you know you have passion? Real simple. Are you still intentionally, deliberately, and tenaciously engaged in the pursuit of your aspirations? That is simple. It doesn't require a long, convoluted answer with a lot of contingencies and a lot of, things that would say, passion is either there or it isn't. And the proof of passion is the persistent practice as you pursue your highest self. So if you're not tenaciously, intentionally engaged and involved with intensity, then your passion has subsided. And you have to figure out why and address that and turn the flame back up. Because without passion, you won't be able to handle all the situations and circumstances that you will encounter and that will occur that will come to crush your optimism. And along with passion, there must be patience. Patience is not simply waiting, but patience is how you act while you're waiting. What is your attitude? So if you have passion, then your patience is going to have a character to it. The quality of your patience while you're waiting because you have passion will be optimism, expectation. You get up today, despite all the yesterdays, saying today is going to be my day. And if you have those two poles or those two variables in your equation, then it is only a matter of time and effort before you encounter and create for yourself the greatness that you imagine. And that sounds like it's very simple and very simplistic, but I can tell you this. Study the lives of any great people. Doesn't matter their field or their focus. They all had the fire to fight through adversity, resistance, hostility, indifference, persecution, misunderstanding, slander. It doesn't matter. Passion is that principle and that premise and that power that propels us beyond the limitations that would inhibit and hinder us from fulfilling our greatness. And if we have patience, how we act while we're waiting, we are optimistic, we're energetic, we meet every person and every opportunity as if this is the one that's going to change my life for the rest of my life. How do we get passion? How do we get patience? That's for another broadcast. But for today, I want to encourage you to monitor and assess and evaluate your passion and your patience. Do you have the same intensity today that you had 5 years ago? We all get beat down and burned out for a while, but if you really have a sincere desire, a sincere commitment to accomplish greatness, you must find ways to kindle your passion and to keep it once it's kindled. And that goes back to developing what I called before a diet of greatness. It goes back to creating what I call a climate where greatness is a requirement, where you have people in your circle who refuse to understand your indifference, who refuse to accept your passivity because you've been beaten one time too many. You need those people in your life to help you sustain your passion. And if you do that, the quality of your patience will catalyze and catalog the kind of achievements that only great people understand. So I want to end today by saying to you this. Whatever you dream, you can achieve it. It's only what you commit yourself to achieving that you can achieve. It's not enough to dream. You have to have the courage to be and to do. And if you have that quality of courage, you're going to have the kind of passion and patience that will prosper you eventually. I encourage you, keep pushing, keep pressing, keep yourself committed and convinced that you are destined and capable of achieving greatness. Until next time, this has been the Voice of Greatness broadcast. My name is Joel Bryant, and I'm your host. Until next time, have a greatness week, because you can.